Disney adults are getting dragged again after splashing money on diluted magical experience. I admire their unwavering perseverance to being cringe as hell. What do you say we dive a bit deeper into this? The 70th anniversary of Disneyland is finally here, everybody. Not actually here, it's still a few more months until Disneyland actually turns 70, but the celebration is in full swing as of you watching this video, and I got to attend the opening day, the first day of the celebration last week, and I had a wonderful time, and yes, my friends, I did get the plastic key. We are going to talk about this plastic key in a moment, but spoiler alert, I had a lot of fun with it, and I think that's okay. Now, there's been a lot said about this dang key since it came out on Friday of last week, and I'm here to talk to you about it, some of the problems with the key, and why the key is doing alright. I think a lot of people are enjoying the key. Now, this dang key released on Friday of last week, the first day of the anniversary, and alongside it, a little bit of a scavenger hunt around Disneyland, trying to find 9 different locks to unlock, and then finally unlocking the final lock and getting a special secret pin within the key. The key opens up and it gives you the pin. I'll talk about that in a second, but why does this have so many people up in arms? What's the problem with the key? I'm seeing two main things. Two main problems with the key. One is that you have to wait in a very long queue in order to unlock all of the keyholes you need to get the pin, and two, it's just way too dang expensive. As this Reddit user says, realistically you're paying to wait in line to collect sound bits and maybe get a pin you like, and for that price they'd rather just get something else, and I think that's valid, although there is a bit of a discrepancy when it comes to paying to wait in lines. That's a bit more nuanced than that, I will admit, but I don't think this person is completely wrong. The truth is definitely somewhere in the middle. Is this key to Disneyland the be-all end-all of corporate greed and wasting money, or is it a fun scavenger hunt style activity that rewards you with a pin at the end? We have to start, my friends, at the very beginning. It's obscured by trees, but I promise there's a Grand Californian back there somewhere. Today is a very special day, my friends. It's a very commemorative day. 70 years since the opening of Disneyland. And would you look at that? Yes, my friends, it is the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. I just had to come see this specific medallion. I don't know, I think it's great. I think this is my favorite medallion, resort-wide. And today, we're going to be exploring the history of Disneyland, land by land, and talking about my favorite parts, my favorite opening day additions to Disneyland. I'm standing right by the fire, so I can get nice and warm here before the park opens. A little underrated detail. Not opening day though, so it doesn't matter. So today's all about celebrating happy, right? So we have to, whoa, look at that. It's like Willy Wonka's candy shop in there. That is amazing decor. Wow. Okay, Disney, I see you. What if the confectionery looked like that? A little out of theme, but still pretty cool. Here's what I mean. Happy 70th, we have little baby Simba and little baby Nala, and apparently I can do something with my Epcot Magic Band to make it. And there's dead Father Mufasa. Very cool. Very, very cool. I love the anniversaries. I know Disney World caught some flack for theirs. I thought it was alright, like a 7 out of 10, a C. So far I'm enjoying this one, and I've got a key to get. That's a different video, but let's head into Disneyland, Main Street, USA. Funny. Oh, looks like we got another one right here. Maybe it'll. Some SpongeBob sounds. If you listen closely, you can hear the haunting sound of a music box playing in the Esplanade, and while it is a fun little musical overlay for the 70th, I can't help but think Phantom Manor or Haunted Mansion Holiday whenever I hear a music box in the Disney parks. And it's probably just me because everyone else was seeming really calmed by this music. Everyone was really polite, no one was pushing, no one was shoving, everyone was happy to be there, and the music kind of set the tone. Yeah, it's like a third of the crowd. It's kind of busy.
I'll do the monitor, sir. You're good. See you later. You're good, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're in. First order of business, the key. We have to find the key. I've heard there's keys. I think that is the line for the key, or at least just merchandise. And I'm not doing that, so let's keep going. I love the bunting, I love the castle, it all looks really great. All duddied up for the 70th. I have to find another shop that sells the key, though. It's the hunt for the key, that's what this video will be called. Not even trying to get all the keyholes, because Lord knows those are gonna have queues for them all day. It's the attempt to find one, you know? And after the rope dropped, the chaos begun. Guys, we're all walking under the people mover tracks right now. You don't even know. Look up, everyone, look up, it's the people mover. All right, that's enough of that. Now, before I continue any further, I think it's imperative to tell you all that there are two gift shops with the word Star and Trader in the name. You have Star Traders at the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, and you have the Star Trader at Disneyland near Space Mountain. Whoever decided to name these shops what they've named them, I bestow a curse upon you and your house. Either have two stores called The Star Trader or two stores called Star Traders. Why is one Star Traders and the other is The Star Trader? It doesn't make any sense to me in my head, and it's making me confused even more just speaking about it. But when I walked into The Star Trader at Disneyland, there was nobody else in there. It was just me and a shelf full of Disneyland 70th keys. Now here's the deal, my friends. This key is $60, $59.99, and they are very plentiful. I skipped the line on Main Street because I didn't feel like waiting so long for this. I just went right to Star Traders, got my dang key, and then I started doing the challenges. 9 different locks to unlock, and then the final one at the very front in front of the train station past the turnstiles to get your pin. Is that worth it? Maybe. Maybe it is. For me, I think it was, but I do think Disney could have gone a little bit farther, and we'll touch on that when we come specifically to Frontierland. I think Frontierland was the best use of this key. It's the most use I got out of it, I should say. Because whenever you unlock a keyhole around the park, one of the 10 keyholes, you get a little effect, you get a little surprise, a little song plays. Frontierland did a good way of expanding and doing fun effects within the land rather than just shooting bubbles up into the sky. Let's get into the first one in Tomorrowland, which is down here. Look at that. Turns out rope dropping Star Traders wasn't a terrible idea. Tomorrowland, my key to Disneyland. And now... Okay, but... Can I? I think I'm gonna. Well... Yeah. Okay, so the whole thing I posted on Twitter is like, be young, have fun, have a little bit of whimsy. I'm gonna have some whimsy today. I'm gonna have fun with my Disneyland key. I'm gonna go on rides. I'm gonna just, have a good time. Just have a little bit of whimsy, you know what I mean? Let's be whimsical. I feel like Sora. My friends are my power. I'm about to cast Kiraga or something. Are they playing Universe of Energy back here? Am I crazy? How long has that been part of the loop? That's the Universe of Energy from Epcot. I love Epcot. I'm sorry, I'm just being a little whimsical. Sue me, I'm being whimsical on the 70th. I'm here to have fun. I'm going down the scary Space Mountain hallway just because I want to have a little bit of fun, right? There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun on the 70th. That's what I'm here for, right? Now, the thing about Space Mountain is it's a wonderfully themed attraction, especially now with all of the updates. The light tunnel is working now, and there's new projections. It's great. I prefer the Disneyland version over the Walt Disney World version. However, they're both wonderful. The bad thing is it doesn't film very well. It's going to be just a lot of black and really loud music, and then the sound of wind rushing past. So, while it's really fun to look at, the lift hill is great. It gives you a sense of discombobulation. The coaster itself isn't much to look at because it's pitch black darkness in there. Exhibit A? Yeah. How thrilling is this? And now I've cut the audio and only the audio completely. This is video footage of me riding Space Mountain. I'm kidding. This is a solid black screen. You couldn't tell the difference. Some of you thought I was telling the truth. No, I was lying. I was misleading you. Let's skip till after the attraction. So the first, oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted. The first little lock for this key should be near the exit of Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, is what it said. Entrance or exit, I don't know. We're gonna scout the area though. Right here, under the people mover trucks. There it is, I see it. I see it, let's get our first one. Right here. And so we just take the key. I feel like I'm charging up. By the way, I got 2 activations on this one. I did not need that second Autopia activation. Oh, Autopia, right? That you can hear right there. I stayed too long. I don't see any people mover on there, that's odd. A third time! The subs. Okay, so I've just scanned my key 3 times on accident. Let me show you. So now it's purple, which is my favorite color, and we got a little Space Mountain logo here. So all that means is we have to find the rest of these in lands all around Disneyland. So that'll be... Is that green Space Mountain remnant up there? I'm not the only one seeing that, am I? Whatever. All right, I guess Fantasyland next, right? Fantasyland, it's close to Tomorrowland. Close to the People Mover state. Oh, there it is, mocking me. I know now that the source of Kingdom Hearts isn't darkness, it's light. Right? That's what Haley Joel Osment says. Okay, so rumor has it the next lock for our key is going to be in Fantasy Fair in Fantasyland, which raises an interesting point. I thought Fantasy Fair was like its own separate mini land, separate from Fantasyland. They are working on that Matterhorn. Hear that? They're going to town in there. Anyway, Fantasy Fair. It is part of Fantasyland, apparently. We got to get our second little stamp here. We got Space Mountain. I'm assuming it'll be the castle, right? Or like a crown. I'm going to guess the castle, though. And it'll be pink. That's my prediction. I'm going to do this and I'm predicting things. Actually, I'm walking past Edelweiss Snacks here. And Small World, obviously. We're back by Toontown right now. There's one in... It's like it's all the lands, right? Let's go check out Toontown. So I'm told Small World does not have the new verse at the end quite yet. That'll be on the 17th with the Walt animatronic and everything. So we're gonna skip that for now. And we're gonna head into Toontown for lock number 2. So it's set by the entrance of Roger. Oh, is it behind this little thing? Oh, there it is. Mind if I take a look? See what happens?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I figured while I'm in Toontown, might as well be a little bit whimsical. Oh wow, that really glows in the dark. Figured I'd be a little whimsical and ride Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin because there's no standby wait, right? What a queue for this ride, by the way. What a queue. All right, it's been a while.
Come on in.
Oh, we smoked, Roger! We met there!
Oh, that's right. We got Detective Jessica. Who's that? Whoa. Whoa. Is this the Bolina China shop? Hey. Oh, I get it. No, I get it. It's a pink elephant. Oh, it's like a pink elephant. I get it. He does. Oh, a portable pole. Yeah, Toontown is fun. I have a good time in Toontown. A lot of whimsy here. That's kind of the theme of this whole video, right, is whimsy. So, but now to Fantasyland, though. Got to get back on track to Fantasyland. Fantasy Fair. Do you consider them two separate lands, or do you consider Fantasy Fair part of Fantasyland? Haven't made up my mind as far as that goes yet. So one of the main complaints I'm seeing with this whole key thing is that Disney adults are waiting 3 hours in line to purchase the key, and then they are waiting 30 minutes plus in a queue to just get one of their stamps on their key, just to go to one keyhole about 30 minutes in a queue. And that, my friends, is what I would refer to as a skill issue. You see, I've gotten 2 keyholes done at this point in the video within probably 30 minutes of each other and ridden 2 rides, Roger Rabbit and Space Mountain. So, I mean, that's not even including the Autopia. I actually rode the Autopia. I didn't film it. This is all within like 30 to 45 minutes. I've gotten my first 2 stamps. I think if you want to avoid waiting in a queue to scan your key to Disneyland, you have to be smart with it. Either go in the early morning, later in the evening, either go in the early morning, later in the evening, or find times throughout the day where the lines are shorter, because I will list all of the times I waited in queues to scan my key throughout this entire video when I'm scanning it, so you can see how long I waited. I'm going to be very upfront and very transparent about that. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I think, was the longest one I waited for. I walked past Adventureland a few times and saw a queue leaving the building, switchbacks set up with tape on the ground for people to scan their key. That's not something I want to do. That's not enjoyable for me, so I just walked past it and came back later. You have the entire celebration to finish all the stamps on your key. It's not the day you buy it, it's not the week you buy it, it's the rest of the year. So you can come back even on a different day, a different month, to continue the scavenger hunt. So if you want to avoid waiting in these notorious queues, I think you just have to play it smart. You have to find lower wait times during the day, early in the morning, or late at night. That's the way I did it, and that's the way I recommend you do it to avoid waiting in lines. I hardly waited in any. Barely any. All right, now entering Fantasyland proper. Opening day ride right there, by the way, Storybook Land. We'll come back to that in a moment. I gotta find a hole for my key first. Probably could have said that in a more family-friendly way, but is that not what we're doing? Ask yourself that. It's kind of Fantasylandy in here, now that I mention it. Well, there's a little bit of a queue forming for the keyhole here. That's fine, that's okay. All right, here we go, Fantasyland. In we go. Three down. It's playing Once Upon a Dream. You can't hear it right now, but I was right, it is the castle. Space Mountain and Mickey's house. There we go, a bit more clear here in the shade. 3 down. However many more to go, and we get a free pin, or a free $60 pin. Honestly, this experience itself is worth $60 to me, so I'm not too miffed about that. Where to now? I kind of want to go to Adventureland. Maybe let's do Frontierland, because we're already on our way to Rancho here. Frontierland, of course. Ooh, someone's applauding over there. Opening day land, wonderful land. I hear it's across from the shooting gallery. That's what I've heard. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Let's check it out. So it seems that that's for actually the Magic Band scanning station, which I do want to do at some point today because I do have my Magic Band. But we are headed towards the entrance to Galaxy's Edge near the stagecoach. It's a little SEA secret, a little SEA reference on it. I'll show you. Are we having a fun time yet? Are we having a whimsical time yet? I need to find that SEA stagecoach. Wow, little to no wait for this one. SEA, in case you were wondering. Right here. Jason Chandler, member of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. And then, of course, the keyhole. Let's see what happens.
Ride 'em, cowboy.
That was awesome. It's the Mark Twain. There we go, yeah, you can see it. The Mark Twain, 4 down. That's so cool. I enjoy that. I enjoy that immensely. The Frontierland station is closer to what I was expecting when I read that there would be special effects that went off when you scanned your key at all of these different keyholes throughout all of these different lands. For the most part, it was either a fun lighting effect, maybe just a little kaleidoscope going off behind the keyhole, or some bubbles came out of the top. Frontierland was entirely unique in that they added scenery, the stagecoach that had been there forever, they added an effect to the stagecoach. The scene kind of came alive. They could have gone a little bit further with it, I think, done something different. There was dynamite on top of the cart that could have gone off, that could have exploded somehow with some fog effects. That would have been really neat. But I do think Frontierland is more in line with what I was expecting these other stations to be, when in reality they were just bubbles. And I think that's really sad. That's my biggest complaint about the key. The rest of the stations should have been a bit more inspired and interacted with the scenery around them rather than just shooting some bubbles up into the sky. And that's kind of sad. Maybe you could have a little rocket launch in Tomorrowland. Maybe a tiny little Mickey Mouse character could pop out of the keyhole. Maybe Chubby from Runaway Railway could pop out of the keyhole, look around, and then go back in. Just a little bit more to these effects than bubbles or lights.
And I think finding our Fantasyland key calls for another attraction, perhaps a flight? Yeah, all right. Okay, pray for me, everybody. I'm gonna get in the line.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Now, while we're talking attractions here, I think Peter Pan is a very unique case. I think both versions of the attractions at the Magic Kingdom and Disneyland both have their pros and cons. I think the transition from the nursery scene into the London and the London miniature at the Walt Disney World version are better. However, the Neverland portion of the ride, which is about 3/4 of the ride, is superior at Disneyland. You have the miniature Neverland, which isn't even in the Walt Disney World version, and then you go through more scenes and it's actually Captain Hook speaking to you in this ride, rather than Joe from accounting trying to do his best Captain Hook impression. Both versions have pros and cons. I think I prefer Disneyland's slightly over Disney World's, but it really is apples to oranges. You could say either one is better, and you could have valid reasons.
But wait, look. Now the clue for New Orleans Square just says in New Orleans Square, so they really want you to find it. So I guess I will be either walking around or looking for like a big group of people lined up to put their key in the keyhole. Again, that's what it is. Okay, you can call me dirty all you want. That's what it is. That's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing. All of us. Real quick here, while I'm alongside these beautiful rivers of America that Disneyland still isn't taking down. We'll go right over here. It's very important. Very important. Maybe I can ask some locals if they know where it is.
It'll be bright both day and night when the time is for you to leave. With a ship that's full of oil and lies and money to our name. We'll make the phrases for the rock and the blankets for the tower. With every license Aberdeen says, welcome home, my dear. Hands cheer up the lads that your hearts never fail. On a ship that I even goes a fishing all the way.
They didn't know. They said they had to go get breakfast. We all know what a pirate's breakfast is, right? They were going to the Blue Bayou. All right, New Orleans Square. I'm here. I'm not seeing any keyholes anywhere, though. I guess we gotta explore further. So this is like New Orleans Square Park, right? Like the park. Maybe this is where the keyhole is. If I were in charge of Disney, this is where I would put the keyhole, but it seems maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing it. Let's keep going. Well, would you look at that right here past the Mint Julep Bar. Past the restrooms right by Club 33. I think I see it. Oh no, I got it. It's all right. Thank you though. I appreciate it. Let's get this right in here. I love it. So I don't know if you can see that in this light, but that looks like a gargoyle to me, which means the ride that we need to do here in New Orleans Square, there's only one answer. There's only one thing I can think of because, I mean, come on. I'm just gonna smash cut to it right now. Ready? Here we go.
There's a little measure I forgot. Beware of hitchhiking ghosts. They have selected you to fill our room, and they'll haunt you until you return. Now I will raise the safety bar, and the ghost will follow you home.
Next up, Bayou Country. Very small land, so I'm not going to look at the guide. I'm going to just try and find this one. The real. I got to really find this one without any sort of guide. Just like New Orleans Square, how I stumbled upon that. That was kind of fun. Tiana's standby is not looking too bad, which means single rider would be even shorter. And we'll get to that in a second, because Lord knows I love getting soaked on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Give me 1 second here. Oh yeah, might not be able to see that sign. You might. I don't know. I can't tell. 5 minutes. 5 minutes standby. Single rider's closed because what would be the need? You know. All right. There's a lot of people over here, but it's Tigger and Pooh. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger are over there. So let's go this way. Oh, I see people with keys out. I think we're getting closer. Okay. Yep. So you know this one has a queue. This one has a line. It's right over here. A little bit of a queue for this one. That's fine. That's all right. Let's hop in the key queue. All right, we just need Galaxy's Edge and Main Street, and we have completed our key. It's taken a lot longer than I thought. However, to be fair, I have taken ride breaks because nobody's in line for rides right now. It's all merchandise, it's all the hype, so I'm okay with that. So Galaxy's Edge is across from Rise of the Resistance. So I'm hitting these two back to back. That way I can get them both out of the way pretty relatively quick. Transition into Galaxy's Edge is always a fun one. The music is great, very otherworldly. It is literally like transition music. You're going from one land to the next. Usually it like fades out from one land and fades into the other. But this one, the music itself serves as like the sort of bridge, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm overthinking it. And it looks like right across from Rise of the Resistance was correct. I see it right there. Very Galaxy's Edge themed. Let's see what happens. It's even harder to see than the other ones, but it's the Millennium. It's playing the Rise of the Resistance music. It's the Millennium Falcon on there. And I have just one left to go, but we're going to save that for later. First, since we're here in Galaxy's Edge, we have to... I think you get the idea.
There's no escape. You will tell me the location of the secret base, and then I will destroy you and the resistance.
Let's see, let's take a look here. All right, here we go, fire station. On Main Street. Does the whole place catch on fire? No. No, that would have been super immersive. Say, whoa, fresh baked. We're here too. Listen, I have completed our keys.
We did it. Oh, I turned mine off, but here. Okay, we go.
We completed our keys, they're done. Well, I guess we have one more step. One more step to go.
Yeah.
All right. Which way is it? This way?
Right out in the front.
Right out there.
All right.
Wait.
All right, everyone, and go.
And it was in this moment, after a very, very long day of waiting in some actually pretty short queues, it wasn't too bad, I was about to finish the Disneyland 70th Key Challenge. Or something.
Liz. Whoa. Yeah, you've done it.
Is it open?
Wait, yeah. Last one. Dylan's
gonna do his.
Last one. Oh, we got the rainbow. And even some bubbles. And the mystery compartment has clicked open.
Oh, it's over my face.
We got Fantasmic music playing, the post show. All right.
Dylan?
Go.
I really want that gargoyle
I'm
for
nervous. I don't want to open. I don't know. Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, you got the Mark Twain.
You got the Mark Twain?
I mean, I love me some Toontown. I do.
I'm satisfied,
Good for you. Yay. Okay.
Now we'll lock this up, put a mystery pin in it, and bury it for someone else to find. Forward.
So, with all of that said and done, my friends, with our key completed, that's how you know you've completed the key. The rainbow pattern and the phantasmic noise right here. That's enough of that. That's how you know that the key is done, and you get your pin at the back, and I got the Frontierland one, and it was a lot of fun, but what is the lesson here? Is this key worth it? I'm gonna be boring and say that it's subjective. I'm gonna say that it's up to you, my friend, watching this video right now. Did this video seem like a lot of fun? Then I would recommend getting this key and doing it for yourself, because I did have a lot of fun experiencing and seeing all the sights and sounds, and sometimes, let's be real, mostly bubbles of all of these different keyholes. But if this looked boring, maybe like a waste of time, a waste of $60 to you, that's totally okay too. It's not for everybody, and I think that's the main thing that we gotta take away from that article that I shared at the beginning. Disney adults are being cringe again. It's just not for everybody, and if it's not for you, why do you have to be mean about it? Why do you have to care so much? Why do you care so much? I mean, come on, look at me right now. Come on, do you think I watch football? You think I watch sports? No. But if someone's gonna ask me to come over to watch the game because they wanna hang out with me, I'm not gonna say no, because that sounds like fun and they enjoy it. I like taking part in other people's passions. If this experience isn't for you, there's one very simple thing you can do to avoid it entirely. Don't buy the key. It's really as easy as that. You don't have to get the key, and if you want to see some of the effects, maybe see some of the lighting, you can just stand by one of the keyholes and watch someone else use their key. As long as you're having fun, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't see the problem. Are Disney adults cringe? I guess that comes down to who's writing the article, but I don't think so. I think everyone was just having fun with this key. Would I wait 3 hours to buy the key and then 30 minutes in the queue to scan the key? No, I wouldn't. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to buy the key to wait in line, like the Reddit comment I showed you earlier. You just play it smart. Get in line when it's short, or get in line where there's no line, and you can just blaze your way through most of the keyholes. Like I said, I got like the first 4 done within an hour, 1 hour, and that's with rides interspersed between it. I had a lot of fun. I have more videos coming on the Disneyland 70th. I'm excited to talk about it. Everybody, thank you all for watching this video. Let's cut to the very sleepy Esplanade after park close, because that music loop, just listen. And there we have it, mission accomplished. I've got a full backpack and a full heart, having celebrated Disneyland's sort of 70th birthday, the beginning of the 70th anniversary celebrations today, filling all the keyholes, seeing all the sights, seeing all my friends. It was lovely. I had a great time. I don't know how I'm gonna cut to the end card from here, but I'll figure out a way to cut to the end card. Maybe like this. Hey there, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video about the Disneyland 70th and Disney Adults and the key to Disneyland for the 70th anniversary. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you're new around here and you want more sort of in-park / sort of video essay style videos, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching this one. I hope I didn't come off as too harsh toward those two comments at the beginning. The first one was kind of weird, so I actually did mean to come off as harsh to that one. But the Reddit comment raised a really good point, so I did want to point that out. If you just play your cards right and you're willing to spend the $60, you can do the entire key without waiting in line once. So just keep that in mind. You can follow me on other social media sites other than YouTube, on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. I am at Offhand Disney on all of those locations. And if you want to even just go a little bit farther, $1 a month will get you access to most of the perks over at my Patreon website. I'll link the Patreon down in the comments below, but you get early access to videos and exclusive access to Patreon-only videos. If that sounds interesting to you, like I said, just down in the description. However, if you'd rather not do that, don't worry, my friends. I thank you no matter what for watching this video. I sure hope you enjoyed it, and I will look forward to seeing you, my friend, in next week's video. Goodbye.